I can do 20 pull-ups, 25 dips and 65 push-ups, but not a single muscle up. It seems I can't learn the technique no matter what I do. So first of all, thank you so much for your question. Second of all, you're really strong. So you definitely have a very good baseline strength. And by that, I mean your tendons are ready, your ligaments are ready for the muscle up work basically. But this isn't uncommon. I had a few clients like this that could do 20 pull-ups but couldn't do a single muscle up. And what was lacking for him was an understanding of the technique and some explosive power. So let's focus on the different pull-up technique for the muscle up. So I'll just walk you through the basic technique for the muscle up. And that is when you're pulling up for the muscle up, you want a narrower grip, shoulder width apart, a little bit outside. Something like that. And when you're pulling up, you're pulling with your elbows facing forward like that. You know, with a regular pull-up, you're pulling your elbows to the side and back, mainly for, back development. But for the muscle up, have your elbows facing forward. And you also want a little bit of a swing, not too big of a swing and not too small, something in between, like this. And you want to swing your body as one piece, not your legs like this. And then you want to pull up when your body is parallel to the pose. And in the beginning, I would also recommend doing muscle ups with a resistance band, like a green or a purple one. And this is just to get the feeling of the technique. So you jump into your resistance band, you get a feel for the swing a few times, just like that. And then you want to practice your pull-up timing. So as I said, you want to pull up when your body is parallel to the bar with your elbows facing forward. So swing and pull. Like that. And the feeling is that you want to pull straight up, and the step after that is just to throw your chest over the bar. There are a lot of different techniques I teach, but it's always hard to give all the general tips because I don't know exactly where you're stuck. And if you're interested in more of a one-on-one coaching, I offer that as well. You can just email me. My email is in the description below. But if you're not interested in coaching, I would just recommend doing what I told you so far. So that will look like this: small swing forward, pulling elbows in front of you and throwing your chest over the bar. And I would just recommend doing this. This is a half muscle up, just to get a feeling for the transition. And do that a couple of times. And when you get that feeling for the transition, that half muscle up, you can just push up into the dip. Like that. So a quick summary: small swing forward, pull when your body is parallel to the bars, elbows facing forward, do a half muscle up to get a feeling for the transition, and then after a while, just push up into the dip. And you can just go band by band until you get stronger, and also practice your weighted pull-ups. That's a good start. And as I said, if you still feel stuck, you can always contact me for one-on-one coaching. I hope this helps. Very nice video. I was wondering what your 1 rep max of your pull-up is compared to your weighted muscle up and body weight. So my body weight at the moment is 93 kilos, and I think my max weighted pull-up is only 40 kilos, and my max muscle up is 10 kilo. I think all that says is that my weighted pull-up is kind of weak and my weighted muscle up is okay. Thank you for sharing my progress videos, Mike. I did my first muscle up with the green band just over 2 months ago thanks to your tutorial, and I've been following along with your videos as I train ever since. I hope my progress inspires others. Yeah, thank you so much, Jake, for your comment, and you can watch my video before this one called Do This for a Successful Muscle Up, where I show Jake's muscle up progress basically. Yeah, your muscle up progress has been amazing. I mean, 2 to 3 months from banded muscle ups to 5 bodyweight muscle ups is amazing progress. So congratulations to that, Jake. Thank you so much for this video, Mike. I've heard about this EMOM technique and we'll start working on that next week. This week I'm doing my deload week. No working out or muscle ups for 10 days. Just some stretching and a little bit of abs and skipping rope or something. I remember in one of your videos previously you mentioned the importance of taking a good pause once in a while for your whole body to heal and ligaments, etc., to recover or to be recharged. Is this correct? What are your tips for that, and what kind of activity do you do during your deload time? Yeah, I think this is a really good approach. In my current program, deload week is kind of programmed in, and then the workload is less and the weights are much lighter. If you don't have a structured program like that, I would just recommend taking a deload week around maybe every 8 to 12 weeks, something like that. When you train for a while, you start to notice the signs. You get a little bit weaker, more aches and pains and stuff like that. Your progress is stalling. And then in my view, it's time to take a deload week or a complete rest week, depending on how you feel. Then I just do light activities like riding my bike, walks and stuff like that. And in my case, I think sometimes it's just nice to take a whole week of training and focus on other things. So yeah, great approach. Great tips as always, Mike. I'm taking some time off from all pull exercises except easy incline rows while my golfer's elbow heal. Have you ever had this issue? So on top of my head, I don't know the difference between golfer's or tennis elbow, but I definitely had one of those. And I think I actually Googled, some rehab exercises for that, and it really helped. I don't really remember what those was, but for me, it was not important to train with zero pain. But if the pain was like 3 out of 10, I could still train but not go all out, so to speak. Yes, my answer would be find some good rehab exercises and try to train around the pain as much as possible. All right, guys, as usual, I've done my general warm-up. It took me about 5 to 6 minutes. Now I will continue the warm-up by doing 2 muscle-ups with the purple band. Continuing with the black band, 1 or 2 muscle-ups. So it's very windy today, so I hope you can hear me. So the resistance band warm-up is done. Moving on to my first bodyweight muscle-up for today. Alright guys, continuing with the warm-up. Ankle weights are on with 2 kilos. Alright, so I have to have the hoodie on for the wind. Today is the first day of block 2 in my training program. That means I will be doing 3 sets of 2 muscle ups with 4 kilos. So basically I'm choosing 4 kilos because I want to have 3 to 4 reps in reserve. Every block starts easier and then builds up in weight and intensity for the coming 4 weeks, and then do it all again, but with higher reps and higher intensity each block and each week. So I will do my first set of 2 muscle ups with 4 kilos. And as always, I'm thinking about the technique cues: small swing, pulling with my armpits, driving my elbows to the back, and throwing my chest over the bar. So I rested for 5 minutes. That's my standard rest time on my weighted muscle up days, no matter what weight I'm using. So this will be the second set of 2 4-kilo muscle ups. 1, 2. Alright guys, the last 2 muscle ups. So I'm pulling with my armpits, covering the armpits, elbows back, and throwing my chest forward.